3, 2, 1. Peace to the family. Peace you yours. Know the Ledge TV report live and direct. This is the Tuesday night turn up. You are now rocking with the best.
Yes.
Peace. Brother Blue.
Welcome to Know the Ledge.
I'm here. My guy. It's Red Pill.
Peace to you and yours. Welcome to Know the Ledge TV. We are honored to be here on this Tuesday night with the family. You feel me? For the Tuesday night turn ups, you know. And yeah, let's do it.
All right. I'm just getting adjusted, you know.
Yeah. Let the family fill in and whatnot. Put on some elevator music.
Yeah, it's my dude Bob Marley birthday. I don't want to get the
you get that strike if you play.
Yeah, you know, if we reconfigure this family and throw this on YouTube, they're not
Ziggy gonna at you on Twitter.
Yeah, that part. So, you know, whatever your favorite Bob song is, sing that in your head right now. That's your elevator music assignment right now, family. Get that good Bob going, or spark one up. You know,
we used to be in a reggae club, and they have the Bob build up. Before they start playing the dance hall, that would be like the closeout.
Might have a Bosco. What's my dude name? Bosco.
Who?
My dude, man, from
Bosco.
Yeah, Bosco. I might have to light with the bad lighter. Yeah, I might have to light one up like Bosco. You know what I'm saying?
Bosco, my nigga Bosco. Bosco 100.
Bosco 100. Oh. Bad lighter.
Star Boys.
Bosco. What's my dude name? Bosco. Star Boys.
Bosco.
Yeah, let me share this. I'm sharing this on my page.
Happy birthday, Carla Tate. Happy so long.
Oh, man, from Bosco. I might have to light. Yeah, I got a replay, you know what I mean? It's a tape delay.
Reverb.
Yeah, it's tape delay. I got it with the bad lighter. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. I'm hearing myself being replayed, not sounding funny like at all. Bosco. You know what I'm saying? Bosco, my nigga. Yeah, you should share it on your page too.
I'm doing that right now.
Bosco 100. Bosco 100. All right, there we go. Share that lighter. Star Boys. You know, I got terrible Wi-Fi these past few days. What's my dude name? Bosco. They was doing construction on a block. I don't know if they hit a cable. I don't know what happened, but my shit been sketchy. I got terrible Wi-Fi these past few days. What's my dude name? Bosco. Yeah. You good? It was doing well, I'm hearing that reverb from. Construction on a block. I don't know if they hit a cable. I don't know what happened, but
there you go. Oh, you saying that the construction messed up your Wi-Fi? I
don't know what it is, but my Wi-Fi is kind of crappy in regards to my my bandwidth speed. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is, but I ain't had an IG presence.
My stream last night, my shit looking like max headroom.
Yeah, your shit.
Somebody in the chat, that was net neutrality at work.
Yeah, your shit. You're gonna have to pay up. You're gonna get the package.
My shit like an ASAP Rocky video. You know when they got the shit looking all messed up on purpose in the edits.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we are we're in a building family. We want to take full advantage of the time that we have been allotted. I don't know what's going on with these computers, but you know, we're here. We have a lot of ground to cover. You know what I'm saying? Like we said, we're just a few days into the week. But let's put this in perspective. We're a few days into the week. The stock market is a few days into February, and it lost $1 trillion. Okay?
Yeah.
It lost $1 trillion since February, since Trump made that speech. Okay, blowing the bullhorn about how good the economy is. The stock market has tanked, the cryptocurrency market has tanked. You know what I'm saying? Everything is tanking. So time is of the essence. You know, we're a few days in, but god damn, there's a lot to talk about. I mean, just last night, I was sitting back listening to you build on your Monday melanin, and
Melanin Monday.
it was Melanin Monday. It was a myriad of topics. I was blown away, and you know, I be going on your timeline, and you got all kind of news posted. You feel me? Like I be feeling like I'm out the loop. Like I just saw something that you posted that said the alt right has caught up to 100 bodies. What's that about?
Yeah, the alt right, the group that was normalized by mainstream media,
And
first and
Donald Trump.
foremost, huh?
And Donald
And
Trump,
Donald Trump, because
the good
what you
guys.
got, will we have to, of course, and Donald Trump. I mean, mainly through Donald Trump via Steve Bannon and Breitbart and the powers that be behind the Mercer family, the billionaire funders, the ones who have the bag. They would be equivalent to, the Jimmy Iovine's that niggas suck off because he basically has the bag, so they kiss the ring. Whatever his agenda is, the Soros of the world, the liar Cohens of the world, you know what I mean? People who they feel have access to the funds, the bag, the coin, you know, that's who the Mercer family is for this modern day Republican research renaissance that Trump is pushing and whatnot.
Right.
So
I'm gonna get on my
news
red.
report came out.
Yeah, go
There you
ahead.
go. Get it in. The news report came out and said that the alt-right already in the year of 2017 are responsible for 100 murders. Now, this comes on the heels of a report that I did last night where I shared with the family that this is Black History Month. So it would be remiss of me to not speak about something that is Black history, and that's the first case is being prosecuted under the Black Identity Extremist law. That case there's a first case on the books, which will go down in Black history as the beginning of this quote unquote program that, to be honest with you, nobody knows what's behind nobody knows where the program is going to end. Nobody knows what the program actually entails. Nobody has the research to show the depths of what it is that program is intended to, ultimately do. Because when they start accomplish, because when they start anything, there's if it's Operation Bald Eagle, there's steps that you have to take, but there's always an end goal.
There's a fleshed out agenda at hand. You know,
There's definitely a fleshed out agenda.
if they have a target zone, you know what I'm saying, then there has to be some sort of operational flow chart. Like if they're dealing with this as terrorist organizations, then there have to be, and of course we're talking, they're going to be using the jargon of stateless beings and, stateless enemy combatants. And
Enemy
so,
combat.
because they're calling them domestic terrorists. So these people are stateless. They don't have any diplomatic arm. It's not like they can sit at the table with anyone and negotiate deals. They're going to start killing people. They're going to start incarcerating people, and then they're going to start neutralizing people, i.e., droning them. They're going to go on drone campaigns saying that if you're designated as a potential threat to white supremacy or the white infrastructure, you're a Black identity extremist. So I don't like if they got this shit set on AI, then the release date of Black Panther.
You see the setup?
Black identity is gonna be at its extreme.
At an all-time high.
At an all-time high. You feel me? At an all-time high. And the babies is gonna get in on it. You know what I mean? And they're gonna be adorned and they're gonna be garbed and they're gonna be riding the wave. and the shit is gonna go all the way through the year. They're not gonna turn up for a week and then turn down. They're gonna fully engage this entire hysteria that is about to enrapture the states, let alone the globe. You know what I mean? So, what exactly is a black identity extremist? Because they have their first case for the brother who is the founder of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club.
Right.
Okay, out of Dallas, Texas. All right. So immediately this puts people on notice that the surveillance is all the way under, it's full throttle. They struck first with an RBG brother.
With a
All right.
with a militant,
With a
not
with a
not yeah.
still,
Yeah.
that I think that's synonymous with RBG. Salute to my family. All right. So now, because the whole program or pogrom that they're launching is combining, these differing factions, RBG and Moors, putting them together,
Yeah.
right? Put them all on the list. Say, no, we're gonna kill two birds with one stone, or one missile for that matter, one drone, right?
Right.
Kill two birds with one drone. And this is not a laughing matter, because anybody could be on that list. You dig?
So
This is not cool. You know what I mean? And it's definitely something that people should not all of a sudden be getting plausible deniability and deflecting, like as if these things are not taking place. You feel me? Y'all gave some good time to some nonsense a few weeks ago. You engaged it. You know what I'm saying? You made the shit trend number one. You dig what I'm saying? When are we gonna have real time conversations about real time situations and create some sort of support system for this young brother that's going through a turmoil that I can't even imagine. And they said
right.
that he's only facing 10 years. Not to minimize, the time or anything. It's the precedent that counts. It would be a legal precedent if this brother gets convicted under this,
It's
this common,
ambiguous witch
yeah,
hunt.
very ambiguous legislation. Who, might I add, they're saying that Jeff Sessions is not the one responsible for this legislation. It would be Comey.
No, not Comey. Who's the one that's investigating?
Oh, Mueller.
It's Mueller. Mueller
Okay.
wrote the memo.
Mueller wrote the memo.
Mueller wrote the
Right.
memo.
So watch
So
how they play with the histrionics of it all. All you melanated people are putting your faith behind Mueller because he's the only line of defense between you and the bully, right? The bully with the pulpit. You know what I'm saying? The Broad Street bully, right? He's the only line of defense. He's the firewall between you and the bully. So black
he's your
women,
great white hope.
huh?
He's your great white hope.
He's your great white hope. The same great white hope is the hands that has fashioned COINTELPRO 2.0. All right? How crazy is that?
That's
But black women
that's
gonna
super
be in
fact.
church, paying tithes, you know what I'm saying? Sending up prayers to protect this man's life. You know what I mean?
And to show you how
And make sure not a hair on his head is harmed because they need him to propagate this false premise of an impeachment that's never going to happen,
never
or
gonna
an
happen.
indictment that's never going to happen. They're stringing you along, okay?
Buying time to
They're buying
continue with
time until the slaughter begins. And I'm not being,
that.
hold on, let me, I ain't being
Yeah,
chicken
go ahead.
little. You dig? This is not scare tactics. I'm telling you how I see it. Even with these fucking glasses on, I can see the writing on the. Hey, look, my nigga, I ain't been wrong yet. Not in a long, 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 long time. I done caught all this shit before it happened. So, where we at with this? Like, why are we not even taking it serious? Even the disrespect, we just gonna let it slide? You just gonna let them designate you like that and turn around And I mean, because I could see the culpability that people just want Trump to give them one sign that he likes them. People want to, you want to get into this like shit so much. You just want him to show you one sign that he's with you, and you're gonna fall in line. You're gonna forgive him for all his transgressions. And I understand that because he's designated as your leader, and you have been primed to fall in line for leadership, whether
Right.
it's presidential, whether it's communal, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's coming out of the church, wherever, it's just authority, period. You niggas want to abide and fall in line for authority. So you just want Trump to just prove to you that he's not racist so you can feel comfortable and fall back into the sunken place that you was in for 8 years when Obama was there. But he's not even willing to give you that. He's like, nah, I ain't playing with you niggas. His gloves off. You feel me? Fuck you niggas. Shithole ass nigga. So he ain't even gonna give you that. He's not even gonna give you the safety and the security and the comfort that you can sleep at night in peace. He's putting his foot on the neck. You know? So yeah, like look into the brother's case, you know what I'm saying? Look into, write your if because y'all car carrying, you Democrats, write your congressmen, ask them why they took all of the white identity extremists off of the terrorist list, off the watch list. Why have they exonerated all of them? Why have they taken all of they've taken all of the safety nets down? They were monitoring these people at one point. It's an oxymoron. They said they had an FBI investigation. The FBI is a bastion for white supremacy, but they said they had an FBI investigation into the fact that they knew the white supremacists were infiltrating law enforcement agencies and also federal bureaus. You know what I'm saying? What happened to that investigation?
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
they infiltrated the White House, so it don't even matter if they was infiltrating all of these low level, you know what I'm saying, bureaucracies or what have you. They
Yeah,
infiltrated the White
climbed
House.
the ladder.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
climbed the ladder. They sprung.
they climbed. You the
Yeah,
niggas that got their glow up. They glowed
yeah,
up.
they got their glow up. They got their
Listen,
glow up. You dig? You know what I mean? And they've been able to insert themselves, embed themselves like roaches, and just, you know what I'm saying? They're proliferating. And they're probably in every administration at this point. Keep in mind, I told family this during the my last Blood Moon lecture when we was talking about Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? And I gave you the history of the 33rd president. Truman, his right hand, Bird, was I think he was a senator. I think he came out of South Carolina. Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. If you go on Google,
I believe it was South
figure this
Carolina.
shit out. It don't even matter. He was a fucking Ku Klux Klanman. He was a Grand Dragon, and he was the most respected dude on Capitol Hill because he was shooting down anti-lynching legislation. They loved this dude for his racism. He was the one to push Truman to drop them bombs on the Japanese because he's like, the only thing more that I hate than a nigga's a gook. All right. So don't
Right.
tell me that racism hasn't reared its head in the top levels of office and wreak damage and devastation across this planet purely on the basis of I don't like these niggas. You know what I'm saying? I don't like these people and I want to kill them. And they have killed by millions. Tally it up. Name me a year if you even running with the purported story of slavery. Name me a year outside of the 1600s leading up into 2018 where these people have not been catching bodies uncontested. Name me one year. Name me one year where there was a lull in activity where they was not stringing bodies up and putting points on the board. Name me one year. One. You can't. Fuck out of here, man. I was born into this shit. Come on now. Got to be kidding, man. Somebody went to sleep. Somebody went to sleep. Somebody took their, you know what I'm saying? Somebody took their foot off the gas.
Something interesting happened today too. Just to show how the ancestors work. We spoke about Mika Johnson yesterday on the show when I was talking about the BIE case that you were talking about.
Cited that brother.
Yeah, that's what we're bringing up the case to encourage all of our researchers, everybody that's a student, and anybody who's a part of the movement to at least go and read the research, go and read the report that they put out about the case on this first BIE dude, because I want you to read the procedures that they're taking, what they're using against him in the court of law, the surveillance, what the surveillance was able to yield, and the fact that he mentioned Mika Johnson and also Gavin Long, who was known as Cosmos, right? Who were both accused, who were both murdered by police, but they murdered police as well. These are two cop killers. The one who did the 7/7 shooting in Dallas,
right?
Black Lives Matter rally, he killed 5 police and shot 11. And the robot, he was the first person on American soil to be killed by not a predator drone. He was killed by a land drone.
Land drone.
That's what they robots. They killed him, a land drone. And today, an article came out and said that the officers will not be prosecuted who basically murdered this man, a citizen of the United States of America, and also an you're never an ex-member, right? Everybody that's down with the armed forces, you're never ex anything military. You're always military. So he was executed on U.S. soil by a robot. When we're talking about setting precedents, when we're talking about, catalysts to things to come, always go back to that one case right there that is very important in the history of what you'll see coming down the pipeline. That case, you study that, you study everything, the propaganda behind the case, the fact that they implemented a person who at the time was not only a hip hop Hall of Famer, but one of the most recognizable faces of the conscious community via his reach and the numbers that he does. And that would be our brother, Professor Griff, because they put the picture of Mika Johnson, right, alongside Professor Griff. And all it was a picture on his Facebook that he took at a book signing. So that came out we just talked about him last night. And then the Matrix responded and was like, look, we're not going to indict the officers who blew this man to smithereens. And remember, they said that he wrote RB in blood on the wall. And before he could get that G out, they had to blow him up. It was too much for them to handle. You know what I mean? They were saying this is the revenge of Montezuma, But that case in and of itself on 7/7/7, due to significance of that number alone, that was the case where, remember, they had dude who, remember, the Huey P. Newton gun club was at that rally, and I believe the individual who they put on Twitter and was a person of interest, he was down with the club. Mm-hmm. So one of the eyesores,
Yeah. Fact.
One of the eyesores of the white supremacists, the race soldiers, and all of these people who are basically, trying to federally indict individuals who stand on their black pride and their black power and their, love of all things black.
Or their Moorish nationality, let's be clear.
Or their Moorish, yeah, let's cast a wide fucking net for everybody who thought that they was like, whoo, at least they wasn't talking about me, babe. Yeah, let's say they're casting that one over there too. It's it's a double web. So people who are giving them problems with the paperwork, people who are threatening to expose a certain kind of history that if that shit got into the hands of the majority masses, they would have a run on the banks, a shutdown of the courts, judges on the run, and all kinds of things. Mixed in with another group of brothers and sisters who are inspirational to millions of people and who are riling up the people with the rhetoric of things of the COINTELPRO era before. They're bringing back the same message of black liberation, black power, arming yourself, Second Amendment rights. You know what I mean? Everything that the RBG stands for.
Yeah, so everything that they can't have.
So the same two groups who are at war with each other, the internal war, the war that always happens that creates the weak links, that leads to infiltration, that leads to people getting 187, that leads to renditions, that leads to conspiracy charges, that leads to motherfucking Agent Smith sneaking into Zion through who? Cypher, who
was the goofies.
Provocateur. He was the sellout. He was the rat.
Turning them into Cypher.
Two goofies is a cipher. Okay? Two goofies. So the way that they set things up with their agents is they have provocateurs on the payroll, and they have sleeper cells, and they have people that they activate. Those people are able to do what? Those people are able to create division amongst the ranks, and inside of the division is where the enemy will always strike. If you niggas have never studied COINTELPRO, if you have not studied anything that they were teaching on a battlefield dealing with Sun Tzu, for all of you 48 law of power regurgitators, y'all not moving right because you don't believe the shit that you regurgitate, because all of the plays are taking place in front of your face right now, and you niggas will not say anything. Mum's the word. You're not even blowing the whistle, and it's going down right now. It's been going down. Go and read the tenets of COINTELPRO 1 through 6. I introduced that in the Fear of a Black Immortal Messiah, my first 10 minutes. I made sure to give you all of the breakdowns of what COINTELPRO is not just the name of an organ of an operation. COINTELPRO also had a list of objectives. And if you apply those objectives to where you find yourself right now, you'll understand what's taking place under your noses. So, like Blue Pill said, you have to be able to identify what the ramifications of being in the Trump administration, where everything is showing you that is anti-Islam. They stated they're anti-Islamic about my God over in Yemen and other places. Yes, those people are being spoken of, but there's also a lot of rhetoric about radical Islam within the borders of America.
I.e. niggas.
You niggas is in a zoo. This is the nigga farm. You're in a zoo. You're not in the Serengeti. You're not a wild animal. You're a domestic cat. You know what I mean? In a lion's fucking den. You're inside of the zoo. And the zookeepers keep a watch on you. And they know when you niggas start roaring and waking up. And you start talking about wanting to get out the zoo and going back to the Serengeti. So what do? They watch. They surveil. They insert other people who are provocateurs, and they insert other agents who stir up problems and stir up all kind of confusion and bring about all kind of things that will discredit movements, that was discredit what ancestors and elders and people before them worked very hard to build up. That's how that shit works. You dig what I'm saying? So there's no question about the infiltration, the level. There's no question about the surveillance. There's no question about all of the goofy shit that we've been telling you about the Fear of a Black Immortal Messiah. You're in it right now. So, like Blue was saying, they're about to have all of the 85ers, not you woke niggas, not you Black Lives Matter woke niggas. I just saw an article right before I got on, and it said that there was a leader of Black Lives Matter who got killed in Louisiana. Rest in peace to that brother soul. I don't know him. I haven't been introduced to him as a persona, but rest in peace to the brother. You know what I mean? We explained to you how Black Lives Matter played an agenda in developing Black identity extremism. They all were a catalyst to where we're at right now. That's an infiltration. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the protagonist, antagonist. That whole movement was basically
alien.
Huh? It's Hegelian. It's almost like a doppelganger of something that was real. Consciousness being real. I'm sorry if I hurt anybody's feeling and you guys want to burn your BLM shirts. Listen, it's a souvenir. Hold on to that shit. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, it was created by a think tank of liberal Europeans and other individuals of melanin, but not necessarily of kinfolk quality. Maybe skinfolk, but them niggas ain't necessarily all kinfolk. Because when we talk about individuals who only want to push a pro-death agenda about abortion, killing off our children, no men in the family structure. You know what I'm saying? All kind of rights for people who are not pro-life, which is equal, which would be equal pro-black, which would basically fall in line with the commitment and the direction and the vision that not just one of our teachers have given us. I would say all of them.
All of them.
I would say all of them. And those who did gotta get out of line and attempted to conform, they did not have a strong enough argument to last amongst the pantheon. They removed them like they do them niggas on the floor. So I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. That's how I feel. Like, we're not going, you know what I mean? Like, we see what's taking place, and all we're doing is telling the family, put your They Live glasses on and see this shit for what it is, and stop playing games. When they
I had to put mine
push
on
your buttons, yeah. When they push your buttons on social media, you have to be almost like a martial artist now. Now is the time to test everybody's discipline. Now is the time to see if everybody has truly learned what they said that they learned. You're going to be tested for the shit that you say that you know. That's the way that you make men. That's the way that you forge leaders. That's the way that you create, you know, that's how you test. That's how you can measure your motherfucking powers, my nigga. So
say less, do more. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do more, man. Like, this is you know, like I say, if you scared, go and do some push-ups. You know what I mean? Go turn on that nigga CJ Fletcher on Netflix. Go get pumped up. Dig, but, you know, don't get scared. Ain't nothing to be scared about. We're just informing you of the ways of people who are, you know, feeling threatened by the fact that you're waking up. In a time that was prophesied that you will wake up. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't cry me a river. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, chill, Justin Timberlake. Chill, Justin. Don't cry me a river. You'll be okay. Nigga, wake up. You know what I'm saying? Don't apologize for waking up. You know, just get awake. Keep doing what you got to do. Keep go harder. You know what I'm saying? Push back. Push harder. Teach your people. Like Blue was saying.
In your own personal space, you know, focus on self. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that your transformation is thorough and it start touching people around you. But all that online shit, say less, man. You know what I mean? Find another way.
Yeah. We gotta practice meeting up and, you know, places that are not, you know, on open platforms.
Like,
you know what I mean?
I did a video with Rich last week, and we spoke about Farrakhan and the Obama picture, you know, and I spoke to the fact that, you know, this traveling man was able to hold water. You know, he was able to. There's still something that we can hold as secrets as people. You know what I'm saying? Rather than divulging everything and being an open book when it comes to everything that deals with us as a people. You know, this man showed enough integrity that says, look, I could hold water. You know what I'm saying? I could hold on to the secret. I could take a secret to a grave, because I'm sure there's other stuff that he know about or he's engaged in it or dealt with that he's not going to tell. You dig what I'm saying? He's going to take it to the grave. He's going to keep it. You know what I mean? And that's how it's supposed to be. You feel me?
Right.
If you don't got no secrets that are worth holding, like, what type of fucking society are you? No, where does your power derive from? If you don't have no secrets, if you don't have any secret societies within your society, you dig what I'm saying?
A fraternal order or a secret society of individuals who are not on Front Street, who are not amongst what is known as the profane.
As much as they blame the conscious community for everything wrong with quote unquote Black America, and as much as they accuse us of being Masons, you understand? As much as they say, you know, guys out of Harlem, they all part of a fraternity or the secret society. Look, the one thing that consciousness don't have is a secret society, and that's a
Exactly.
major fucking blunder on their behalf. That's a major issue. You
It
understand?
will.
Because they have to
Yeah.
think in public, they act in public, they move in public, they argue in public. Everything's publicized. There are no secrets in this
Right.
shit. You know what I'm saying? They only talk about you behind closed doors, but they're not talking with you. So nah, it's there's no secrets here. You know what I'm saying? Like these niggas cannot hold on to no fucking water to save their lives, let alone, some secrets that are potentially worth upwards to several millions of dollars. Because Farrakhan could have got a Wraith off that picture. He could have got Wesley and Bugatti, right? Bugatti West. Shout out
Man,
to Bugatti
could have
West.
got foreign for that
The guy could have got a fleet of foreigns. You understand? So
Bitcoin.
yeah, he could have been a Bitcoin Billy for that picture. If it was all about the bag, if it was all about the Benjamins, like Brother Love said. But he had integrity. It's about something else. What does Farrakhan value that's more than money? We should be trying to find that out because that's where we need to get back to as a people so we can have an integrity factor as we move into eldership where we can hold some secrets and become worthy. Okay? Because you ain't got no fucking secrets. You're not worthy, my nigga. You're just like
Right.
any other nigga out here. You know what I'm saying?
Dependable.
And if you don't know no fucking grips and no tokens, you can't get nowhere anyway. When you start knocking on doors, moving through corridors and things of that nature, shh, talking too much. Anyway, shout out to Farrakhan.
That brings me to my next topic because, it's interesting that you speak of a Black secret society, which some may deem what we've been calling the Black Illuminati over the past year. Shout out to my brother, the Rabbi A.A. Rashid, who introduced, the classic, the Black Illuminati.
Fear the
He did
black.
one of the
Yeah.
fear of the Black Illuminati. Excuse me. Pardon me.
Pardon me, y'all. Yeah.
Huh?
Now go ahead.
Yeah. So that leads me to this talk that I'm beginning to hear inside of smaller circles and also on public stages where we're seeing our brothers in the hip hop entertainment industry, um, some of the wealthiest people in the world who have melanin, namely, the brother that you just mentioned a minute ago, Brother Love, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, who according to Forbes would be one of the richest entertainers, according to Forbes on the planet. Correct? Because they it's not just a color thing. They line them up against all entertainers. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And we also have Sean Carter, who is also considered one of the
Yeah.
not only wealthiest people,
I'm on live.
but
Yeah.
one of the most powerfulest people or influential people in Black culture. And when I say that, family, I don't want to offend anybody of a conscious faith, of the conscious background that belong to the schools and thoughts of consciousness, because we know that y'all that doesn't apply to y'all. I'm speaking about the 80 plus melanin people, 100 melanin people, not only in America, but of the way that this looks like around the world. So they look at the rappers as the leaders, not only the leaders, but they're the influencers and they carry the culture. The culture encompasses untold amounts of currency, worth, value, power, strength, potential, amongst many other things. The culture has been scientifically not proven, it's been scientifically assigned the most important genre to emerge in music, not since the 80s, not since the 1800s. They said ever. This was from the College of Science, and no, this was the University of London Science and Technology, I believe.
Yes.
And this was also verified by other outlets as well. That
Yes. Hip hop.
there was
has been
Huh?
classified as the most influential music genre ever, the most scientific genre ever, and it has utilized the most words, vocabulary wise, of any music genre ever. With the majority of the brothers from the Wu-Tang coming in, the top 10,
Yeah.
utilization of unique words. So,
Yeah.
yes, hip hop is
So
unprecedented in its 44 years for the awards, the accolades, and you know what I'm saying. Pretty, but the admonishment that it has acquired.
facts. So these individuals that I just named, these celebrities, these insanely popular personalities of the hip hop nation are beginning to talk about the Black Illuminati. The Black Illuminati. Maybe this is the Black Illuminati. Maybe we should start a Black Illuminati. There was a picture that surfaced that caused a lot. There's a series of pictures that have surfaced, and it's not just one picture. There's one picture that was singled out, and there was a caption attached to the picture. It was at the Rock Nation brunch of Jay-Z and his contemporaries. Okay, his contemporaries consisted of P. Diddy, DJ Khaled, Steve Stout. I believe was Nas there. If Nas wasn't there, Nas was at the other picture.
Yeah, I ain't seen Nasir. Fabulous.
Yeah, this was at the World Trade Center. This was at the highest. Coincidentally, a room that my son Amir went to a week later with his school. They visited the top floor of the Freedom Tower, which is the new World Trade Center. You know what I mean?
Yeah, technically
Yeah.
that would have been Windows on the World when they had the old Trade Center, right?
World on the World Trade Center.
Shout out to Tyson. I remember that party he had up there.
Whew.
Windows of the World.
Yeah, and in New York history, that's a place where some of the most monumental events have taken place. So Hov did the Rock Nation brunch. Many of the luminaries that are considered to be woke. Now, I don't want to alarm you niggas out there that once again, I got to do all of these disclaimers because
Yeah,
I'm
that
trying
was
to.
that was Law 44 all day too.
Oh yeah, that was a yeah. Blue Pill gonna have a field day with the Law 44 implications.
God damn.
Smorgasbord, the pool of 44s that was floating around in that room that day.
No, just the fact that it was in that building during that weekend. You know what I'm saying? The World Trade Center is a 44 resonator. When they first opened up One World Plaza, they opened it up from floor 1 to floor 44. Okay, and that was the top floor when they first opened it up. Their first tenant was Condé Nast. The magazine publisher, the Ann Wintour, the lady from Devil Wears Prada, is the publisher of, and she occupied floor 42, and she said we're saving the most coveted floor, which was the 44th floor, for her law firm. And I got a million other examples, all the way down to the first World Trade Center was opened on April 4th, 1973. So the shit is just 44 out. Anyway, please continue. And they were there celebrating 444. Please continue.
They were there celebrating 444. We'll get to that. I'm sure Blue has his presentation getting ready. There's been a lot of, we haven't done a lot of, we haven't put forth any presentations in a minute. So we've been building.
How much information I've accumulated, you know what I'm saying, between my last attempt to do 444 decoded and now. It's nonstop, but I'm definitely going to be breaking out with something very soon. Yeah. So, go ahead.
When I say woke, I'm not speaking about what you have deemed consciousness. I'm speaking about two different things. There's Mercedes Benz and there's BMW. Okay? There's kittens and then there's lions. There's chimpanzees.
But they both cats, right?
Huh?
I said, but they both cats. You just got to explain things to people.
There's that Reggie and there's that fucking Moon Rock. You know what I mean? Like two totally different things that I'm talking about. So woke is a level. There's levels to this shit. Woke is a level. You know what I mean? Woke is a grade. Woke is a floor. Woke is a 1.0. Consciousness will be higher, but then there's things that are higher than consciousness. So don't get too happy and all elite on a nigga, okay? So this is a room full of newly woke Negroes. Right. And what woke is that the boat has left the shit left the pier. It's in the water. It has not reached the island as of yet. The island of consciousness, you know, Fantasy Island, where a lot of you niggas live with tattooing them, and y'all just be running around doing a lot of that fantasy talk that you perfected. You know what I mean? And we're not, you know, they haven't arrived there yet, but they're in a place where they're discovering things about themselves, about their culture, because you can't necessarily, you could fake woke, but you can't fake everything. Okay? Many of us are have been invested long enough in this community to be a very good judge of character, be able to perfect the art of discernment, being able to read people's auras and their intentions, and knowing how to, you know, call bullshit for what it is. So be able to perfect the art. What I'm seeing is something genuine, not in everybody. I'm not casting a wide net. I'm not out here co-signing and campaigning for nobody, you know. But what I'm seeing amongst the majority of, especially individuals who are in our age bracket, all right, they're 40s. I'm gonna start this again, y'all. This is gonna end. I'm gonna start another screen on Instagram. They're 40s, they're late 30s, and they're 50s. That age group right there, who are, remember what I've said all the way back in Melanin Monday, I think number 1 or 2. There's a theme that I speak on. It's called the tunnel program or the tunnel theme. There's an era in New York City in the 90s that was known as the tunnel era. In the tunnel era is where codes that are running in full speed, algorithms, okay, codes are running fully functional today inside of the culture that you know as hip hop. One of the progenitors of that tunnel era, one of the co-writers, or what would be known as an architect of that era, was Sean Combs, Biggie Smalls, and especially Jay-Z, Funkmaster Flex, Little Kim, Foxy Brown, Nasir Jones, Mobb Deep, Wu-Tang Clan, Cash Money Click, Cash Money Click, who basically bodied New York and basically allowed, you know, opened up the whole acceptance of the Southern music and the Southern sound. They were some of the catalysts to that. You know what I mean? This was after they booed Outkast at the Source Awards. No offense to the cast and whatnot. Niggas just wasn't ready. You know what I'm talking about? That was at the heights of New York hip hop and other. It was competitive. And you know, these are the code writers of a spell that has looped and has perpetuated itself, and it has basically upgraded itself. It's on 10.0 with the Migos being torchbearers and Cardi B being the new Little Kim and Yo Gotti and all of these other people with the trap rap and the coke selling and the bird flipping and the all about the Benjamins and the crass materialism and the I just want to get my dick sucked, look fly, where the Gucci, the Louis, and the motherfucking Fendi come directly out of that era. It came with Dapper Dan. I know that in the 80s and whatnot, but what I'm talking about is when niggas really started going into the Gucci store. It's first they started boosting, and then they started buying the shit. That is that all that code, all of that source code that was written in the tunnel era. The tunnel era thus was exported, and then you niggas started going to nightclubs, and you start living the nightclub life with popping bottles. It depended on the color of your bottle. Before that, you niggas was drinking soda in the club. How about that? And beers and shit. Now, nobody wasn't contented Nobody. It wasn't about bottle service and sections and you know what I mean, sparkles and all of that, standing on sofas and turn up and coke. You know, they was doing coke in the 70s. So you know, that's a classic. But you know, a lot of the things that you see, even shorties sliding from the club, starting in the club, like that comes out of the tunnel era. That comes out of the tunnel era. That's a progeny of that era. Tupac was a part of that as well. Yeah, I would say he was a part of that as well. But you know, we're seeing those people, those architects, those code writers are beginning to upgrade their code. In order for the code to be broken, in order for the code to change, would you not have to eventually go into the matrix and see the architects of the code? Neo had to go see the Merovingian in order to change his code in the nightclub, popping bottles with bitches was partying with Barty. How about that? The bitch wouldn't party with Barty. Like that whole, and now it's in the strip club whole culture. It turned into the strip club culture to sing the, you know, to make it rain culture. But please believe that it didn't start in the tunnel.
That was Persephone in the Matrix.
Huh?
That was Persephone in the Matrix, right? Yeah. If you go back to her story about how she was captured and held in the underworld, she was the underworld. You know what I'm saying?
What did Neo and them do? Neo and them always was fly whenever they went into the Matrix, right?
They was jigged. They had that laser cut Armani on.
That shit was laser cut Hermione, nigga. The reptiles, nigga. That nigga was wearing reptiles. Yeah. Huh?
They had that pony hair laser cut Armani.
Pony hair Armani.
I had one of those
too. Yeah. Zion. They was on a conscious struggle, wooden ox and shit. Then that nigga got clean. They was in a class.
It was high stepping, yeah.
You know, no hoopty. Huh? They was high stepping.
They was in that stinking Lincoln. You know what I'm saying?
They was in a stinking Lincoln. I'm talking about
white wall, stinking Lincoln.
White walls on you hoes to go and put in work on the Matrix. You know what I'm talking about? And then when you fall back into Zion after you do your work, you know what I mean? You could walk around in your, you know, in your
they was eating barleys and oats and
they was eating barleys and oats, nigga. So when I see the conversation about Black Illuminati amongst people who I grew up to their Scorsese pens. I was one of those people who were watching the movies that Jay-Z wrote and watching the movies that Nas and them wrote, the intricate stories, the intricate visions. They were terraforming a future for me. Keep it a fucking buck. These are the code writers of your days, of your experiences. These people are not just poets. They are basically the scribes who are scribing reality as it mote shall be. Name me a nigga who wasn't an artist who came along and dictated how life should be. You motherfuckers ran behind them. And when I say artist, I'm talking actor, actress, MC, all of that arts and sciences. Just name me somebody who wasn't using the arts and sciences. Maybe politicians and what, but that shit is an art and a science, political science, and the art of politics.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about? The art of speech, the art
of finessing, the art of finesse. Yeah, all of that politics, right?
Freestyling. Them niggas come off the top with bars for you, for niggas.
Politics war without blood, so it's a science all to itself. All right.
Science all to. So these are the influencers of the masses. You know how my mind thinks. My Scorpion mind is very intricate, and I'm able to pierce into all possible universes, and I allow myself the ability to use my imagination to come about with realities that I've seen come true on many occasions, and I've made the public privy to experience it as well by speaking about it before it has happened. I mean, I'm on a fucking run. I'm on a 10-year run. So I'm saying this. In this world of Afrofuturism, in this pre-Wakanda world that we live in, where we're about to go and watch Black Panther and be introduced to Afrofuturism at its finest until somebody raises the bar higher. I look forward to that. But Afrofuturism was given to us in the Matrix movie because the person who wrote the code, remember, the writer, the foundation, the code writer was Sophia Stewart. I don't care about the actors. Don't give me the talent. Give me the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? I don't care about the talent per se. Give me the creator. Give me the create. Who was the creator? Y'all are caught up on talent. You're caught up on the Matrix. You're caught up on the false, fake Pinocchio. I want to deal with the nigga Giuseppe. Is that his name with the strings?
Geppetto.
Geppetto wearing Giuseppe's because he's a boss. Okay, so I'm worrying. I'm more thinking about the wizard behind the curtain. You niggas is looking at the niggas in front of the curtain. That's what you're amazed by. You're amazed by the talent. I'm amazed by the creator. It's a difference. It's a difference. And people don't pay homage to the creator. They throw roses at the talent, and they look at the talent, but they don't look at the creators. And that's a whole nother story. But I'm like, yo, if these niggas want to say Black Illuminati, let's push it all the way to the limits. Because that's a possibility. Because these men have the power to make shit happen on the unseen and hold a secret and not say a word and get people who are hip to hop in ways that we can't. And when I say we, I'm not talking about me per se. I'm talking about just, you know, the conscious community and some other people and in the not the reactive community, the proactive community. They're very rare. Niggas like people like that, it's far and few in between. There's a lot of reactionaries. There's not too many proactive. Not you niggas wearing shit for your acne and whatnot. There's a lot of those people proactive, but not the real proactive. I don't see you niggas. Don't let me break out the telescope because we've been searching for a lot of niggas lately and we can't find them. Yeah, don't let me break that one out. Telescope is on stat. Nah, hold on. I pulled them out yesterday. Pause. So I'm like, imagine what could be cleaned up if we applied all of the folklore that we've absorbed from all. Because I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't know what it is in me, bro. Huh?
I'll be looking into my crystal ball. Nobody be popping up.
This weekend, I was at my dad's house, and on Sunday, I watched like 4 hours of straight mafia on the biography channel. Like, I love those. I don't know what it is. I was watching Henry Hill's Real Story. I was watching something about Anastasia, the crime boss. You know what I mean? So we love that Scorsese shit. We love the mafia. We love all of that underworld. I ain't saying we. I love that. You know, that my Scorpio lower self, my red chakra, I feed it that. It loves that. That's, you know, that's the wood that burns the fire. So I'm like, yo, we some real creative people. Like, we need to really push the envelope with what can happen and how, because the people who we saw in the Rock Nation brunch, Raven Simone said, yo, these is people who helped kill our people. These are people who are responsible for all of this mayhem. There have been pictures of Bugsy Siegel, Scarface, and some of these other shady characters who belong to different nationalities as well. What did those people do? Those people were of influence, even with the negativity. There was something attractive about that dark motherfucking magic that they possess. It was something attractive about them being in the underworld as underworld figures. As much as you niggas like to throw rocks, you'll do a fucking dab to a song that they write in the next motherfucking minute, though. And you'll watch the motherfucker, you'll binge on the network. You niggas is on Netflix watching everything Pablo Escobar. You can't pull away from it. Netflix likes to feed niggas lower chakra. That's why Monique got bodied like that. She's fucking with the wrong program. Like, no, sister. You know, so I can't say everything that I want to say on this BIE motherfucking broadcast, but, you know, we have to use our imaginations and say to ourselves, well, a bunch of billionaires and millionaires coming together to help propel Black people into that excellency instead of throwing rocks and telling them what they can't do? Why don't we create a future where they did what they said that they wanted to do? Why don't we write it in? Why don't we act it in? Why don't we get in their ears and really steer them and coach them and show them some of the things that they can do with not only their star power, but their star dollar, their star influence, their star seeds, their star connects, Star Island. I could go on for days. Shout out to Star. He's doing a great job on Everyday Struggle. So
Star Boys.
Star Boys. So Zimmerman could disappear like this. A lot of the ops could disappear like this. A lot of industries could get locked down like this. A lot of things could change overnight. The D-Wave computer could get purchased like this.
Yeah, imagine
a lot of blocks could happen like this.
Imagine if they decided to boss up and they put the call out. Can you imagine the contingency of foot soldiers, potential foot soldiers that they have around the world who will fall in line? They got to stand an army, you know?
They got to stand an army, bro. On straight, just to do a freestyle, my nigga. You saw the picture with Nas, Kendrick, and Jay. If they just got in a booth, for all of the artists to be like, yo, what can we do, Red? I mean, we feel powerless, bro. Like, what is it that we could do as artists? Because they asked me these questions. These are some of your favorite artists. Blue, I can't hear your mic.
Can't hear me?
Oh, I hear you now. These are some of our favorite artists. And they've asked not just me and Blue, I'm sure that they've asked many of the teachers, whatever teacher that they may come in contact with. You might not even have to be a teacher. There's brothers out there, well, everybody's a teacher if they're teaching and walking in their path and disseminating information and not hoarding it and keeping it to themselves. And they're out there on social media or in the streets or on stages or on screens, both small and silver, doing a motherfucking thing, busting a gun, speaking truth to all of this fuck shit that's taking place. You're a teacher. So these individuals that I'm speaking of, what if these individuals were to get the silent partnership? Or what if these individuals were to have a silent army that roams with them? What if these individuals had a whirlwind like the shit that Garvey was talking about? Look for me in a whirlwind. What if they were able to summon a whirlwind of elements, fire, water, earth, and motherfucking air, and make mountains move by the back ends of these influential individuals who have decided to move in secrecy, who have decided to move in silence, who have decided to move in a way where they're displaying their power, because that's what this thing of ours was about. That's what La Mareta? No.
La Cosa Nostra.
La Cosa Nostra. But we're not talking about La Cosa Nostra. We're talking about the illuminated ones who we've been. If you've been in class and if you opened up yourself to the teachings of Taj, Tariq Bey, Asir Duke Tears, Hakeem Bey, C. Freeman L., Bobby Hemmett, Dr. Delbert Blair, Dr. Phil Valentine. I'm giving you all of these teachers because each one of them has presentations. Jose Pimenta Bey,
True Master,
Anthony,
True Master, AA, Ali,
True Master, Rashid, Dr. Ali Muhammad,
I've been there.
Sabir Bey, Sister Myra L. All of these Brother Red Pill, Blue Pill, all of these individuals have bodies of work that speak about us. Yafa Bey, who speak about our people being the original illuminated ones, the original Black Illuminati, the original Black Amor Illuminati, the original ones. This is us. This is what we did. Okay? This is how we sustained our power. For everybody who keeps asking me, what are we going to do? How are we going to fix it? What happened to us? your secret societies and fraternal orders were invaded. They were destroyed from within. They were infiltrated and they were taken over and compromised. That's when the foundation began to motherfucking crumble, and everything from that point on is a layup. And then you niggas became Greeks and Masons and all of that other shit. You know what I'm talking about? There was set up the NAACP. Some of y'all ran into the church and the tabernacles, and we find ourselves where we at right now. But none of those places are putting in work on a clandestine. And when I'm talking about, they might put in work within their organizations and within their government or their body of, I'm talking about governmental. I'm talking about moving the way that we were moving in Harlem with Bumpy and them. I'm talking about moving the way that we were moving in Chi-Town with the big homie and them. The original gangs were secret societies and fraternal orders. Fraternal orders more than secret societies, and they were also social clubs. Who has that now? Who's willing to do anything of that nature? Because the alt-right is a secret society. The KKK is a secret society. That's a fraternal order. These race soldiers inside of these police departments belong to a secret society. They knocking you. They part of fraternal order. The fraternal order, the police.
They got a blue wall of silence, right? Order the secrets, and they have a fraternal order of police. The Ku Klux Klan was founded by Albert Pike, who was the Grand Master, right? Architect, you know what I'm saying? He was the top Scottish Rite Freemason at the time, right? They got a statue in DC. Got a building dedicated to him. All right, so he initiated, or he introduced the Ku Klux Klan as an occult organization initially. All right, they were dealing with black magic. Do the research. All right, so they're fraternal in origins. They have a book called the Quran.
Yeah, occultism and black magic.
They put fezzes and all of that on. Like, stop playing.
So we have spiritual systems. We have spiritual systems in all of our people are considered to be of different nations, tribes, and nationalities. You have the Yoruba secret society, or the houses of the Yoruba. Everybody does not wear their membership on their sleeves. In Jamaica, you have the brothers and sisters who practice the Obia, and they deal with their form of, spiritual African black magic and whatnot. And the Palo Mayombe and the brothers and sisters in Cuba, they have their secret society. In Mexico, they have their form of secret society, or rather they have spiritual fraternal orders, or fraternal orders that practice spirituality, occultism, magic, manipulation of the elements, ancestor veneration, rites of passage, hierarchy, discipline, rights, you know what I mean, and other things that you would find in the infrastructure of what you know as modern day government. All you niggas talking about nation building and all of that. You have not even putting in no fucking work in a secret society or fraternal order. You niggas don't, nobody even knows if you get busy. Nobody even knows what the fuck you are built like, made of, or, you know what I'm saying? Nobody knows your potential other than your frequent uploads on social media and the way that your Twitter fingers work. Nobody knows anything about you. How can anybody build anything that's going to stand if you don't know anybody that belongs to your organization? You niggas have not even assessed your membership. You don't even know the strength of your membership. You may have 100,000 X-Men amongst you. You never tested anybody for their fucking powers or their strengths. That's what these groups do. They're able to assess character. They're able to assess strengths and weaknesses. They're able to extract skill sets. They're able to extract talents from their aptitude, from their quality of membership. And if you don't fit the bill, you get to fucking packing. It's the same way when you niggas pledge Greek. It's the same way when you niggas trying to get in the union. It's the same way when you niggas getting beat up to join the blue and the red and the motherfucking folks and all of these other gangs. It's the same thing.
Oh, you trying to get on the motherfucking Eagle starting line and all of that, nigga. Like, that's fraternal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you're not part of this gang.
When they was on the field on Sunday, were they turning around to the 80 million people, the 800 million people that were watching them and speaking about the play? They had two choices to make: either huddle up and talk in secrecy or turn around and tell the whole world their plans. What did they do? So I want to say that I'm encouraging the idea of any kind of fraternal order inside. That's the only thing that's going to bring order to the chaos, would be a fraternal order, both inside of hip hop and what you know as the conscious community. There's no other way to fix this shit but to form a body politic or a group of individuals who are willing to put everything on the line for this motherfucking mission and move in secrecy and move in silence and do and assert your power beyond ways that has ever been seen. That is the only way. That would be my that would be the only way that I'd be willing to even participate in this field, or what is known as this sector, in the upcoming future. That is my qualifications for participation. Or I have no problem with completely disappearing and going into my own clandestine, you know what I'm saying, settings where I can accomplish what I need to accomplish. Because you're not going to accomplish it on camera. You're not going to accomplish the shit live streaming on fucking Facebook and YouTube. You're not going to accomplish it throwing your information all around, pitching pearls to swine, and speaking to people who can't even speak back to you. I might be deemed as a fucking psychopath, a narcissistic asshole for just talking into a dot on my computer, thinking that it's going to talk back to me. So that's not a future that I look forward to. I want to speak to people eye to eye, face to face, flesh to flesh, and not have hypothetical conversations with children, have real conversations about a future with grown people who are mature enough to motherfucking make something happen. We should not have to continuously come forward and I'm gonna paint a picture that needs to be painted at this point, because none of you niggas is working the Picasso brush. Nobody is giving us a future that we could all agree with is going to have a successful exit strategy attached to it. You know what I'm saying? What's the exit strategy? What's the exit plan? What's the fucking end game? What is niggas in this shit for? What are we here to do? Yeah. What are we here to do? You niggas want to sit on Diddy's lap? Are you just doing this shit to fucking be in selfies? Are you sitting in this shit just to one day meet Jay and drink some Douce with that nigga? Is that your ultimate goals? Because it's a lot of groupies amongst us, as we see. A lot of you niggas bend the knee, kiss rings, and you niggas stroke a lot of phalluses. You niggas are professional dick riders amongst us. There are millions of y'all out there. The shit fucked me up. I didn't know it was so many. So is this shit a big fucking stand? Are we in Stanford, Connecticut? You know what I'm saying? Is this shit a stand convention? Or is this shit the gods and the goddesses reincarnated like they said that they are, who are willing to stand on their own? Nigga, where are your wings at? I need to see you fly. You niggas is watching, standing around watching everybody else fly. Like the fucking picture on the comic book cover of Conscious Wars. Y'all watching everybody get on their super hey rule. But I'm like, yo, where's your issue at? Why are you not motherfucking tapping into your power? Why are you not turning into the motherfucking Hulk? Where you know what I mean? It's an expansive universe. It's called Marvel. What is it? MU what?
It's the Marvel comic universe, MCU.
you, nigga. It's room for more people. They had Dark Horse, Image, Marvel, DC. I just watched Justice League with my son today and his mother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have to, and I'm not talking about activating in order to friendly fire and to go ahead, you know what I mean, and try to take one of your brothers out. I'm not talking about Batman versus Superman. I'm not talking about being able to activate the god in you or the goddess in you for the purposes of trying to destroy other gods and goddesses amongst you because you niggas want to stand on the motherfucking throne. What you niggas want to be in Westeros? You want the Game of Thrones? You want to sit on the throne alone? You want ISIS for yourself, but not knowing that that's not the reality that we live in right now. It's Avengers, ho. You know what I'm saying? It's Infinity Gauntlet, bitch. It's a whole bunch of superheroes on the field, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Nope. Motherfucking, that nigga wasn't throwing a football to himself on Sunday, was he?
Nope.
Was he tossing the fucking pigskin to himself?
Nah.
So
he got it tossed to him, pause, and he, you know.
Yeah, nigga.
Teamwork. Teamwork made that dream work. You know what I'm saying? It made them fly. They couldn't have done it without teamwork. When are we going to take a page out of the things that we invest our time and our energy so much into? When can we extract something other than a feel-good moment? These are lessons on the field. You know what I'm saying? I'm a metaphysician, so I can't help but look at the symbology of these games. Shout out to Sister Myra L, who always brings us Super Bowl breakdown, you know, but we can give you a dry run right here. Last year, when Trump got in, they had to give him the mandate. He survived a year, right? Well, the Patriots beat the Hawks. They beat the Hayroos. You know what I mean? White supremacy reared its head. It was already predated and predetermined. Now you have the onus to say what? You niggas have the opportunity to make a dry run, okay? Because the Eagles, okay, from Philadelphia, the city of brotherly love, arguably next to Detroit, the quote-unquote blackest city in the unit, the first capital as well. Black Panthers coming out. You got your run. The Cosmos is telling you your favorite. You got to run at least for a year. What you niggas gonna do with it? Okay.
What you gonna do with it?
Patriots got beat. All right. They sat the white boy. The Patriots got beat. The Eagles won. Right?
The Eagles,
the white boys in Philly, they niggas too. So that, yeah, all of them, yeah. The city of niggas won. Okay. I was in Philly 2 weeks ago. They got a different white boy out there. I don't care what nobody says.
Yo, I'm telling everybody that I always talk about pedigree and strains. The white boy in Philly is a unique strain of white boy that you will not find anywhere outside of Philly. That is a factoid. They're not even white. They're gray.
Gray.
If you were to put the DNA on the majority of white boys in North Philly, these niggas they're related to the Vikings, man.
Yeah, their horizontal gene transfer is evident. Like
the horizontal gene transfer for the Longbeards and Broad Street Bully is very evident in those Europeans in Philly. They're a different fucking breed. You niggas be y'all try to dangle the redneck like the redneck. No, the redneck is not the gangster white boy. He's not the one he be trying too much. He's just fucking retarded. Like, I don't want to talk about redneck.
He got that red blood running through him.
Yeah, he got the Indian blood in him. But that Philly, that Philly European is different.
Yeah, different strain altogether. So the city won. That was for niggas. Period. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do with it? What is going to be done with the consolidation of that energy vector that the symbolism represents?
I'm going there Thursday. I don't know what they're doing. I know I'm gonna be in that building on Thursday in Philly at that ticket tape, soaking up all the energy.
In the city,
I'm wearing all my crystals.
In the city of the purple one, dealing with that royalty, red and blue, purple, like Prince. Okay. What is the family? What type of plans do you have? Do you even have a protracted plan? A 12-month layout, 3 year, 5 year, 10 year, okay? A 10-year road to Wakanda layout. Do you have it, family? Why haven't I been invited to see it? I don't need to see it. Technically, did you let one of the big homies see it? Did somebody else know about it? Or you moving in secrecy with your band and y'all got that thing, y'all got your plan laid out and you gonna execute. So be it. I pray that you out there hitting licks and doing what you gotta do and making your moves and soaking this energy up and really making it do what it has. You know what I mean? Like put it all the way in. You know what I'm saying? Let it hang, man. This is your time. The universe is in your favor right now. It's a small window. Don't fuck around. You know what I'm saying? And miss this opportunity. Dig what I'm saying? Like really get it in. So shout out to the Philadelphia Eagles. Shout out to the city of Philly. Shout out to Meek Mill. You know, we're here. We're talking about figures, luminaries that have such a heavy impact on their city and the people in their city. You know what I'm saying? This young man has a profound impact on the minds and the hearts of people that come from that city. He's an artist who embodies the character of a city, who has an entire city on his back. That's stronger than politics, bro. I don't care what you say. That's stronger than
I
politics.
said it.
And we haven't seen that type of grassroots leadership in the streets since the late 60s, early 70s. You feel me? It went from the hustlers to the rappers. You know what I mean? And now there's a combination of coalescing where the rapper has a hustler aesthetic, but it's also, you know what I mean, trying to get into his revolutionary bag.
Right.
So as much as we don't appreciate it because we're like, entertainers are not leaders and look, you gotta suck it up. You just gotta understand it for what it is. Like they're leading the people. You dig what I'm saying? For better or worse, they're leading the people. You know,
Yeah, I
where are
spoke
we
about
going
it.
to steer this direction to? You feel me? Where are we going to steer this direction to? Whether you're going to be the quiet consigliere behind the scenes, or whether you know what I'm saying, you getting on your black magic and rubbing on your crystal ball and ionizing the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying, and possessing these people to do your biddings, turning them into your goyim or whatever, your golems. However you doing it, right? Or you in your own lane, you know what I'm saying, with your armored vehicles, doing what you got to do, riding your lane till them wheels fall off, putting your stamp down.
Shout out to Mathino Bay. Shout out to Haz Belcher.
Yes.
Shout out to Hakeem and Tyson at Black and Nobel.
Well,
To Dr. Ali Muhammad. Shout out to Seton Ra.
yeah.
Shout out
And Poole, he was one of the first ones to bring me to Philly. You know what I'm
to
saying? Allow me to soak up that Philly love.
he opened up his in 2011. I lived with Noble and Pooh for the summer. I believe it was through the summer. He opened up his basement of his house. You know what I mean? We rented it out, and we were able to soak up that North Philly. I wouldn't eat no cheesecakes, but I was able to breathe the air and be a witness to the power of Philadelphia and the brotherly love and the spirit of Philadelphia, and I fell in love with it. Shout out to my OG. I'm talking about. It's a lot of people that I could name, so I look forward to being out there on Thursday. The brother Mathino Bay has been shooting visuals for us. He's the one who shot Orthodoxy, the video that
Yeah,
we
House of Tunes.
the Apollo, huh?
His company's called House of Tunes. Yeah. Shout out to the brother.
Yeah,
Shout out a
so
few videos, you know,
few pieces.
a few pieces, many, all of which you'll be seeing very shortly as we get this campaign underway for this album. You know, I can't even say it's a fucking blue pill album at this point. But it's all good, you know. It's all good. um,
We're gonna let it evolve into what it has to grow. You know what I mean? It's organic, so it has a life of its own. So if it turns out to be a twin pillar album or blue pillar, whatever, I mean, we're gonna make it do what it do. But it's a classic nonetheless. You know, whatever it's gonna be, it's a classic. So I'm very excited about that. You know, my therapy is definitely in the art, being able to make this music, being able to put visuals to it, being able to see people enjoy our offering. You know, that's therapeutic. That's my medicine.
Yes, indeed.
That's my battery.
I'm
So
working on another album. At the same time, my brother Just B is called Christ Consciousness. It's crazy. It's crazy
right.
album. Now it's coming. You know what I'm saying? Amazing artist. I'm just honored to be in the company. Yeah, shout out to Cambada as well. Shout
Legend.
out to Brother Rich.
Legend.
Shout out to Black Dot. AA.
Yeah.
The whole
Legend.
full album.
Yeah.
Planet Asia.
Tour.
Buddha.
Let's get this tour. Trying to go global this summer. You
Yeah.
know what I'm talking
Dope artists. Dope artists. Dope music. You know what I'm saying?
about?
Amazing ways. Yeah. Like, y'all know I'm a fan first. You know what I'm saying? I've been dedicated. Dedicated my life to the genre of uplifting the genre of hip hop. A long time ago. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah.
stepping out, not just living it and being intertwined in it. You know what I'm saying? And playing it from the sidelines, but actually stepping into it and lending some sort of narrative, whatever, however I can contribute. You know what I'm saying? From the newspaper to the video shows to being in the industry to coming out. You know what I mean? Helping Red with this No Ledge thing.
Helping Nipsey.
Yeah, the Nipsey situation. You know, laying a foundation that there could even be, because niggas was trying to kick dirt. They didn't want to even be associated with what they consider quote unquote conscious music. You know what I'm saying? That was such a, it's like, hell no.
Laughable.
Yeah, it
It's
was
a
laughable.
meme.
I remember I had
You know what I
interviewed
mean?
Ed Prez.
Immortal,
Yeah,
Ghetto Shaman.
I was interviewing Stickman, and he was like, yo, whatever you do in this article, just do not call me a conscious rapper. Like that shit was stigmatized until, ironically enough, till Kanye made that shit cool. You know what I'm saying? And niggas was trying to be backpack rappers after that with the Louis bags on. Niggas was cramming for that spot. Now look at this shit. Now the niggas on top is considered fucking conscious rappers. Okay? The number one rappers in the world. Not the mumble shit. But the Kendricks of the world, the Coles of the world, and now fucking Jay-Z. Who would ever
And
fuck? And
and
Nas,
Nas.
Nas still gotta make his mind up, you know. We love the little homie. He still gotta make his mind up though. We need to. He said the album was done. We need to hear that. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Nas. We need a conscious masterpiece,
How
especially
about
from
that?
you.
Yeah. Stop playing.
You need, like
Sign up
don't
the
you don't gotta
title,
walk the
nigga. Yeah.
don't gotta walk the tightrope, bro. Just give it
Yeah.
straight.
Sign up the title if you need some artistic freedom. Get off the fucking plantation and give us that lost tapes two that we need in the form of an album. Like go in your bag. It's time, little homie. You feel me? So yeah, we look forward. You know what I'm saying? I'm making a brief contribution with my artistry by way of this project that's emerging. Subsequent projects that I'm gonna be doing afterwards. You know what I mean? I just want to inspire. You know what I'm saying? They said that's the highest form of living of life. The highest form of guiding on this planet is to inspire. You know what I'm saying? It's to inspire.
Right. Facts.
Inspiration is the highest form of
And the
contribution.
highest form of intelligence is intuition, knowing.
Right. So yeah, I intuit these rhymes from another realm, and they're meant to inspire. So I'm only dealing with my higher form of my higher self, in this particular endeavor. You know, don't mean I ain't gonna be in my root chakra on some of my tracks, but that shit is still the highest form of my red root, of my red rooster.
Red Rooster. Red Rooster.
Yeah, not the feet of the red rooster, the top, the billy top, yeah, with the feathers and shit. So,
Red Beak. Yeah, but yeah.
mhm,
So we definitely want to say that we appreciate family for coming through tonight.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yes,
This was a very
this was
beautiful
dope.
episode. Yeah, this was a beautiful episode. We haven't been on the page in a minute. We haven't been on the platform. We were
Yeah,
dealing with a lot of creativity and other things like in the past week.
yeah.
So
Past week we was in the stew, we was running around, doing some things. So didn't really get an opportunity to broadcast. I feel kind of incomplete when I don't get to touch down and talk to the family, touch the family some way,
did it
somehow.
like in my back.
Yeah.
I be walking around with a wild monkey. Like I
Yeah,
gotta, I gotta,
dog, there's so much. There's so
huh?
much. I said there'd be so much, and then these news stories turn over so quick that you don't want to run the risk of your story being stale by the time you get to it next week. Like if I want to talk to y'all about Ayanna Jackson, you ready for that? Huh?
Yeah.
You ready for that? Is it stale because it's a week old? Is it still pretty much fresh? You
Nah, it's
feel
still
me?
pretty fresh.
You want to talk about this Ayanna Jackson and Tupac situation because it has a lot of overarching implications. And let me do this. I'll put the Uma Thurman and the Ayanna Jackson stories together. How about that?
All right, I can tell you. Yeah.
You know, but we want to be very careful and mindful out of the gate. Let me say this, and this is for the people that's I'm talking to that kind of know what we're talking about. Ayanna Jackson is the young lady who accused Tupac Shakur of rape in the 90s and the mid 90s, and which resulted in him being convicted of a lesser charge, forcibly touching the buttocks, and he was sent to the penitentiary. And that kind of created a snowball effect, which ultimately resulted in his death. I'm not blaming her. I'm not blaming her on his death because I'm not going to remove this whole aspect of there are no victims. You understand? And I'm not even going to sit here and say, yo, I think she was lying. That's not really my space. What I can say is that I'm looking at a woman who has been damaged. You know what I'm saying? She is, whether she, because I don't know, I was not in the room. I know something happened to the sister along the way in some regards, because you could just, I could look at her and tell that she's been through some things. And she has not really dealt with whatever she's been through. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that she's grappling with the guilt of saying, accuse somebody of doing something to me, and this person got, what I'm saying, banged up as a result of it. But, when we're talking about credibility factors, I want to be careful because I don't want to be stepping on somebody unnecessarily by saying, yo, this person looked like they was lying. Because I don't really know like the criteria to say, yo, if somebody's telling the truth, they supposed to look like this. I don't know if that is accurate. What I can say is that she does not give good interviews. What I can say is that there was a lot of inconsistencies. What I can say is that I was blown away in the gas by the fact that she didn't know things that were pertaining to her case, which dealt with her violation. You know what I'm saying? You don't know that Haitian Jack got let loose on $1,000 fine and walked on a case. You're just now finding that out 20 some years. So these things are like they're just not a good look when it deals with the fallout of the case or what people might even consider important in their life. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that sister's been through. You feel me? But she reminds me of the pain that I see in a lot of sisters out here. You know,
Yeah,
whether they
fact.
just like certified stir fried. What's wrong with that? Savon. Whether they certified stir fried, you know what I'm saying? or somebody really had a hand to do with stir frying them like that, and we just surrounded by women who are just so emotionally scarred that they're here but they're not there. You know what I'm saying? Here but they're not there. They're almost like Audemars. Like she's here but she's not here. You feel me? And I feel a level of sorrow, you know what I'm saying, that I gotta watch the sister go through that and put herself in the line of fire, you know what I mean, where she's gonna be dragged on social media. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah. People
Um,
are upset.
People are upset, you know, at the same time, you know what I mean? I hope this serves as a cautionary tale to the young brothers out there that's running all these sort of plays, you know what I'm saying, with these young women, sliding and what have you. You know, even this whole social media age, you know what I'm saying, even with the digital dating, you know what I'm saying, niggas hitting shorties up on the, you know, because you can look at it through hip hop. Look at Takashi 69, look at XXXTentacion, look at Kodak, you know what I'm saying? Look at Uzi. Who else? Because I'm sure it's a gang of the other. Look at NBA, Young Boy. Who else? Because I'm sure there's more of them out there that's dealing with all sorts of accusations of abuse or, you know what I mean, misconduct. They whipping on their shorty or they getting accused of rape or this, that, and the other. These are all children, you know what I mean, of the culture. They're not students of the culture, they're children of the culture. You know, it's gonna reflect based on the fact that, you know, this is the trajectory. You know, I tell people all the time, if we still live in Biggie's dream, it was all a dream and we still are living in that dream, then, you know, the homie Pac is directly involved in that as well. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that energy is still very much alive. I hope that the young ones are observing this and looking at these cautionary tales. You know, you don't know who you sliding with, and you can fuck around and be sliding with somebody that's totally mentally unstable. You know, she could have a fatty and all of that. She could be swollen. You know, it could be speaking to every aspect of your lower chakra. Because I had difficulty sitting there looking at that interview. You know, the sister's very top heavy. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's just certain places that our mind shouldn't go, but god damn it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Jupiter and Scorpio. Yeah, so the young brothers could be putting themselves in the line of fire, you know, by chasing waterfalls and then get their whole career, get their whole life jacked up for a night of fun, you know what I'm saying, for what they consider a quote unquote slide, a jump off, a thigh. You know what I mean? Like, is it worth it? A bust down. You know, there's so many artists that are doing bids, checking in. Like, that shit was unheard of prior to Tupac. Shit was unheard of. Like, who checks in? You got a career and you going to jail, like Kevin Gates and all of that, Lil Boozy, and you sitting down in the middle of your career, going to a penitentiary?
Yeah,
So that wasn't whoa. Like nobody did that. You feel me? Like you hire the big guns and they get you up out of there. But if they could do it to the top rapper who had the #1 album in the country, then everything after that is just residual. It's just collateral damage. So people are still living in the residual shadow of what happened to this man, the way that he was ritualized. You know what I mean? And 20 somewhat years later, we get the opportunity to sit in front of this young lady who played a part in that. You know what I mean? But again, like I said, we're mindful. I'm mindful, should I say, in my discourse and conversation, that I don't know 100% what part he played in it. You know, I was listening to a interview because my timeline was just pushing interviews out. So Little Sean had an interview with Combat Jack, and Little Sean was speaking about a lot of, you know, the incidents that he never spoke on. He was speaking about the night at Quad. He was speaking about what led up to Quad. He was speaking about his relationship with Jack he was speaking about his observation of his relationship with Tupac and Jack. You know what I'm saying? And he said the night that the incident took place in the hotel, him and Jack had took him with him, and they was in an 850. They went to go pick up Pac, and Sean said he was in the back seat, and Pac had came out of the Parker Meridian. He had the gat, took the gat out, put it in the car. You know what I mean? He didn't even know Sean was in the back until like 10 minutes into the ride. You know what I mean? Dapped it up and everything. And he said later on, he said that, son was in the car. He was just belligerent. He's like, yo, son was just off the handle. He was belligerent. He was blowing weed. He's like, I don't even like people smoking weed around him, but he was tolerating homie. You know what I mean? He had the biscuit. He's like, Jack had a biscuit. He didn't want to be in the car, and they get pulled over and they got all his gats in the car. So he asked to get out. And he's like, yo, I'm lucky that I got out because that's the same night they caught the charge. You feel me? So, you know what I mean? Like, dudes already be like all the way turned. You know what I'm saying? And they living that life. You know, they doped up on the narcotics. They wet off the lick. Now it's the lean. You dig what I'm saying?
Yep,
But
I
dudes
feel
don't
that.
be knowing. Yeah, they don't be knowing what they on the pills. They just not in their right mind. Feel me? Um, and like I said, they got a whole slew of young artists. They got Illmatic court dates coming up. You know what I mean? In federal in districts that Florida, like nah, they slay niggas out there.
Right.
Florida don't play.
They're
Florida
gonna
don't
make an
play.
example.
They don't play with regular folk out there. So now you a artist, controversial, you pressing the line, but you ending up
Yeah.
with your head on the chopping block in front of these Grand Dragons during the Trump years. Like, come on, I ain't even have to tell you. So it's like, we just watching the youth kind of just flush their whole career chasing waterfalls, you know what I'm saying? Or just, you know, hip hop being a rest haven for emotionally disturbed. Like I said, I wrote a rhyme the other day and I said, yo, they got the young dudes with low vibrations and high fidelity. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we're looking at. They got low vibrations and high fidelity. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
These are
You ride with
trouble. Like these dudes, they need fucking hugs, man. You know what I mean? They need hugs. You know, but for them, the booth might be therapy, and the way that they channel their pain might connect with a populace of children that are also experiencing pain, or just might just be attracted to pain music. You know what I'm saying? And that has propelled them into stardom. But they're very much broken on their way to superstardom, and we have to watch that shit, and we're gonna watch them be made examples of, and that's not cool. But unfortunately, it is what it is, man.
indeed. So yeah, let's wrap this. All right. It's a beautiful build. We're gonna be back. I believe we're scheduled for Friday broadcast, correct?
Yeah,
Everybody, I need you to sign up to the Know the Ledge TV page. Even the people on Instagram, go to Facebook, sign up to Know the Ledge TV. Sign up to the Patreon, patreon.com/Red Pillar. Sign up to visit Blue Pill's website. That sweater that he's wearing, that's from Apparel Normal. The brother has the Wakanda collection. I hear everybody talking about what they're going to be wearing. You know what I mean? We need to wear the brands that have been representing people for the longest. This is the More Rich from the same line, Apparel Normal, More Rich. That's Blue Pill's piece right there. Yeah, that's it, bro. I know. So,
yeah,
kingscounty.com, kingscounty.bigcartel.com. That's the clothing
yeah.
site.
Go to my power pieces, get you some jewels so you get jeweled up for that premiere. You show up in there
Yeah,
like,
let me see them jewels again.
Gang, gang.
Yeah, gang, gang.
Gang, gang. You know, you want to get chipped up. You go to premiere, you shut that red carpet, that black carpet, that purple carpet down.
Yeah, shut that purple carpet down.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
I'm gonna answer. The brother said, "What are we going to do? What are we doing to replace white supremacy with a system of justice?" All right. Um, we just had a whole fucking conversation about that, bro. A whole conversation. You're gonna have to go back to the beginning of the archives of this show where we talked about the need for a fraternal order. We talked about the need for what is known as a secret society. We talked about the need for us to govern ourselves, but in private. It has to be, we have to create our own social order. So that's as far as I'm going to get into it right now. But we dealt with that the whole show. All right. Yeah, we need a charter and we need some other things. But we're going to talk about that later on. It's not going to be tonight. February 25th in Atlanta, I'll be with Professor Griff for Fear of a Black Planet 2. And KT the Arts Degree is going to be doing Black Panther Decoded February 22nd in Atlanta, Georgia at Atlantic Station. We will be in the building for that as well. We rented out a whole movie theater. He's going to show the movie and then break it down right after. I don't want to hear nobody break it down Black Panther before KT. And I'm not telling anybody what they can or can't do. But I'm not going to lend my ear to anybody but the father on the movement.
Yeah,
KT.
that's some whack shit.
That's his baby right there. Like,
That's some whack
niggas
shit.
could get something else.
Yeah, run down on for some stupid shit like that. That's some whack shit. That KT busts his gun, and then y'all can follow up and do what you got to do. But
Yeah, clean it up. The brother who said Philly needs beds. Well, on Philly on Thursday, it's gonna be 1,000,000 people out there. Get on your bike, my nigga. Like, get on your campaign. That's called crowdfunding. You think I'm not going to Philly with something for $1 or 50 cents of worth in abundance? You must be out of your mind. Okay? Get on your bike, get in your bag, secure the coin and the motherfucking bag. Let's stop playing. It's 2018. $1 trillion plus have been lost by the stock market. I know a lot of y'all don't got stocks, but shit rolls downhill. If the top lost $1 trillion, the streets are dry. The streets already was drier than the Nefertiti bus. You know what I mean? The fake Nefertiti drier than her pussy. You know, drier than mummy pussy. The streets were drier than that before the motherfucking stock market crashed. And Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is crashing. So that means you better fortify yourself. Go to Walmart. I went to Walmart today. Yo, I didn't realize how cheap their food was. Go there with about $1,000 to stock up on some food because it's gonna be a long fucking winter. All right, love and light. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Red Pill, Patreon. You know what I mean? Patreon. We out here nation building. We building up this network. We're building up our new media platform. We have a lot of things on the plate, which we can't necessarily speak of in one show because there's so many things. But it's your support. It's you giving your energy and your currency, giving up a tip for all of the food that you eating. Red Pillar Patreon. Patreon.com/Red Pillar. I'm sure Blue Pillar will have his page up. The website and the app will be relaunching in the very near. We have a lot of things coming up. Stick around, stay tuned. Love and light. Peace.
yeah,
If you close it out.
apparelnormal.com, mypowerpieces.com, soulgoldbiz.com. Get you some gold. Get you some liquid gold. Stop talking about the flu. Get you some motherfucking silver. You know what I'm saying? Already told you about this shit years ago. Stop playing. All right? Wake up. Get you some coffee to stay woke. Whatever you need to do. All right? Peace, love, and light. We appreciate the time that you have spent with us. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you afforded us opportunity to even have this discourse with you. We're appreciative of that. We thank you. Please tune in on Friday. All right, we will continue the discourse. I'm sure that the universe will have a plethora of things for us to talk about going into Friday, leading into the weekend. In the meantime, in between time, make sure that you take care of yourself. Tell somebody near and dear to you that you love them. You know what I'm saying? If you got children, kiss them. Tell them they're the greatest. Tell them they can do whatever they want. Fully support them. If your parents are still in your life, you know, just send them a random text. You know, reach out to them, give them a call, let them know that you love them. Thank them for everything that they have done for you. Even if you have had rocky terms and experiences with them through life, everybody does not have the most rosy relationship with their parents. But still, man, they brought you here. You know what I mean? Under whatever circumstances you got here, you here. Thank them for that. You know what I'm saying? Even if the situation leading up to where you are right now has been a rocky one, still show the gratitude. You know what I mean? Be the bigger person, be the bigger party involved. You know what I'm saying? Go above and beyond and let them know that you got love in your heart. All right? And you appreciate them. And I love you for that. All right, y'all. Peace, family.